Hello, I'm Gaz, and this is short for my surname, which is Gazar. And this is the first ever kind of episode for my new podcast, which is called Gazard Breakpoint, because I want to debug my project. And when you want to debug your project, you want to put breakpoints. So as easy as that. I'm just going to name this podcast Gazard Breakpoint. So a bit of introduction about myself. I know this is my first episode, and for some of you wondering who's this guy, I am Gaz. Everyone calls me Gaz. I've been an engineer for like, I don't know, 15, 16, 17 years now. And I've done a lot of different sort of projects over the years through different companies and countries or continents as well. And I had a chance to work with many, many engineers, and I've learned so much. And I've been into different positions from manager to be like in an IC role and different sort of like problems that I had to solve. And I had a chance to kind of learn from tons of people, read a lot of books about it as well. So, and I've been quite an active person through the community as well. So I've done talks, I've done speeches through conferences, I've done keynotes, and this is my episode. And I just want to take you through, for example, my website as well. So let's go and what I've been busy with. This is my website. It's called gazar.dev. And I've been writing a lot of articles, mostly around different subjects, like you see agentic systems, React 19. I've got the categories here as well. I write about front end, back end, a bit more advanced stuff, and like kind of all the other topics as well. And these are like you can go through them, read them, and if you had any comments or question, you can feel free to ask me as well. There's the other stuff I do as you kind of scroll down. I'm quite fan of my kind of newsletter. It's called Monday by Gazar, and every Monday I try to publish an kind of a newsletter. And the last one was, for example, about how, as a software architect, you want to de-risk your decision making. Not just you don't want to come up with a new innovation. You don't want to kind of say, let's use this fancy new technology because everyone loves it and solve this problem. You actually want to make kind of like quick win. You don't want to make a lot of changes. You want to do the less amount of change needed to kind of come up with a good solution. So something you won't regret in the future. So this is some sort of stuff I write in my newsletter as well. Feel free to join and subscribe. The other stuff I do, I obviously have some projects so you can feel free to check out. I've got some courses. I've got around 7 courses, mostly around in Farsi. So, and I think now at the moment it's like 11,000 students. But I've learned so much through these courses myself. And I've been teaching them and being kind of talk to them, to my students. So this is kind of an active community, and it's been an awesome experience as well. I've got the obviously other projects, and this is another thing I do as well. This is called Nokte Vrood, or entry point. And this is the podcast that I talk in Farsi with a lot of my guests, with my co-hosts as well. And the recent one was around like one of the online education systems, and we talked to the directors, and it's a good friend of mine as well, and we went through them, a lot of questions obviously with AI and how you can have a better online course, and a lot of like little details. So feel free to tune in if you understand Farsi. But yeah, so this is going to be my English podcast, which is called, as I said, Gazar Breakpoint. And I've been part of like different like non-profit businesses as well, like Taraz, which helps the students in need to learn new subjects as well. And yeah, so this is a website. One of the things I really like about this website is you refresh it, you get to see me in a different emotions. You see, I'm happy. This one, I'm like kind of sad. This one, yeah, I'm probably a bit bored here. So you get different emojis as well. It's really cool. The other section I have is the mentorships. I'm actually spending time with my students or people who want to mentor them as well. So they're up to a quick chat, a discovery call, or like a mock interview, and that's been really going very well as well. I'm also part of the ADP list, so if you know ADP list as well, that's also another kind of mentorship, kind of mentoring application out there. You can actually book my time there as well and just talk to me. And it's been really helpful. I've had the chance to talk to many people from different countries, and it's been such a good experience as well. So the other stuff is like my podcast and courses in English, which will be launching soon. I'm gonna kind of probably publish soon, one of them soon, like within a month or two. So you can absolutely follow me as well. You can follow me on LinkedIn or my Twitter, and yeah, you can see my new kind of courses if I publish them as well. And then, yeah, obviously review books and all the articles, and you can absolutely check my resume and what I've done and what's countries or what companies I've worked with as well. And this is my website. I'm quite proud of my website. But the other thing I want to actually take you on is what I'm going to do through this podcast. So I love to draw. So you would notice, as for example, the intro, I love to draw as well. So one of the things I do a lot as well is to take you on my drawings. So what's going to be the Gazard breakpoint? So I think we will be talking a lot about some educational content. The educational content would be there. You can see the tutorials, probably mostly around like the principles or, for example, what is actually really common between engineers, what to use, what are the best practices, and this sort of stuff. So it's going to be there. We're going to talk about probably like the system design and the new methods or whatever is fancy or shiny out there or common problems that you get to see when you're actually a software engineer. And you can also probably we go to a bit of more like design system as well, like the front end design system. And so it would be all around front end, back end, and all the other stuff. We'll probably talk a lot about the AI engineering, all the new fancy stuff you can do with AI. So that's going to be a lot of like tutorials. It would be probably in deep and just it wouldn't be like I think the basic educations. It would be a bit more advanced stuff. So if you're really interested into knowing them, you can watch them as well. The other thing I'm really keen to do is to invite my guests, which I've got some friends. I have a lot of like engineers I know through different countries, and probably a lot of people are actually interested in. So I'm going to invite some guests and I'll take them to kind of talk to them through technical questions all around. It's going to be the tutorials and guests. I'll see how it goes. I definitely want to explore a bit of like probably actually live coding and doing some projects as well. So it would be some live coding as well. So it would be fun. And I'm really excited about my Gazard Breakpoint podcast. Hopefully, to publish one episode every probably week as well, mostly on Monday. Same as probably my system design, or might change the day as I go through because the newsletter is also taking some of my time. So this one probably would be on Monday as well. And I've also got the other podcast too. So the Gazard Breakpoint, it would be really good for people who want to learn to be kind of a staff engineer, or they're really keen to be like a solution architect and they want to learn the best practices and how to actually go through the different sort of problems they have. The other thing it would be like talking about soft skills. So, soft skill is really important through our business. There's a lot of like cases that you need to handle different sort of scenarios as well. So softer skills would be a big discussion. We probably have some episodes all around some of the cases or some of the examples that we can go through, or some of my guests are going to talk about as well. And that probably helps you to be more of a engineering manager as well. So it would be really nice. We go through them. It would be probably really helpful for a lot of people. And you can absolutely go through my mentorship. Yeah, book my time, talk to me, or we can, yeah, I'm going to take you through these ones as well. So we're going to learn tons of stuff all around engineering, mostly around like the tutorials or something to learn and the system design, high view, or for example, high level design, or this sort of stuff that we go through. And then engineering manager, how to handle different cases, different people, or different scenarios that you might actually encounter with. So this is the first episode. I want to keep it short because I just want to focus on the podcast, but hope to see you in the next episodes. And you can absolutely find me on YouTube, and I'll try to publish them on my LinkedIn and also Spotify as well. Thank you, and see you in the next episodes.